Hello and welcome everybody. I am Shaky Jakes and I am joined by Executive. How you doing, sir?
Doing great. Happy to be casting here with you, Shaky Jakes.
This is another game from round 1 of the Payne Street Nation StarCraft 2 tournament in the Masters Diamond section of the tournament, where all these players are either Masters or Diamond. We'll be casting mostly these games because they are hopefully the more exceptional games. Because these are better players. In this match, we have Gofire the Terran versus, I don't even care what his name is. I'm supporting him because he's Zerg Vulcan.
Key misstep there, I feel.
Key misstep by choosing Zerg, huh? Well, how about this? What about the key misstep of choosing Terran?
Key misstep there as well. I'm a big fan of the Protoss, as everyone probably knows, but we're here on Zelnaga, small map, and Shaky Jakes really wants to say something.
I do. I wanna say, you know, we just went to MLG Raleigh. How did the Protoss do at MLG?
I would rather not talk about it. Oh man, it was embarrassing.
Not any?
Oh gosh, come on. Come on.
Oh, I'm sure they'll make a good showing next time. But right now there is no Protoss whatsoever. This is a Terran versus Zerg, and these players are what we should be focusing on. Looks like Vulcan opting for, I think, around a 14 or 15 pool. I wasn't paying too much attention, and I think this is fairly standard for Terran. Looks like he is going to wall off, which actually you don't see a whole lot of, but except maybe probably in the Zerg games with their early Zergling pressure.
Yeah, you gotta have that wall up to prevent the run by, especially if your opponent gets the speed Zerglings. But it is no longer the mandatory thing for Terran. A lot of Terrans opting not to wall off. I'm just glancing at the APM tab and noticing our Zerg is averaged well over 200, playing very quickly in this game.
That is very fast, a lot faster than my fingers can go, my lowly platinum fingers. And he is going for his fast expansion right now. Gofire is going to see that. Oh, he's going to see some Zerglings too. That not a great time to scout. That poor SCV dying horribly to those Zerglings who just hatched, those baby Zerglings.
Pinned between Zerglings and a mineral patch. How undignified, and the orbital command is done for our Terran, and looks like we have a factory going down and a reactor on the barracks. Will we see a little switch for some 2 Hellions at a time action, maybe?
I would not be surprised if we saw some Hellions coming down in this match. It looks like
very popular in TVZ of late.
Yes, Vulcan is coming out with a few Zerglings and a drone. Not sure what he's doing with that drone, but I think he may be able to kill. Yeah, he's going to be able to kill all of these Marines, and the drone is just, I guess that's the scouting drone. The Zergs weren't meant to do that.
Yeah, that drone tried, and the wall off just impenetrable by our Terran player. And here we see the factory barracks, swap factory going down on that reactor, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, if Vulcan would have waited a couple more seconds, he would have been able to sneak in, or at least hold off this factory switch. But as of right now, he has no idea that this factory even exists, and he doesn't know that these Hellions are about to come at him. He doesn't have a whole lot to defend right now.
And we see the tech lab going down on the barracks, another barracks being thrown down, and the second command center about 3/4 done for our Terran.
Yeah, that
Hellions
is a
popping
fairly
out.
fast expand. The Hellions are on their way. There is actually 3 queens at the natural expansions. That is excellent for Vulcan. He should be able to hold off these Hellions unless the Hellions decide, hey, I just want to run by. But Vulcan considering that too as he sticks his queens at the ramp.
And our Terran player has re-swapped his factory and barracks, going to produce Marines 2 at a time and moving into siege tank production. But we do not see siege mode on the way yet in our tech lab.
Yeah, just those siege tanks coming, and the orbital command coming for his second command center. I think this Overlord is going to go down to Gofire's fire. And let's see, is that going to supply block? No, it actually does supply block our Zerg player. but 2 overlords on the way, and getting that late metabolic boost, which actually we saw in our Zerg player get last game, which I think is fairly interesting. Usually, if I wait this long in a game, I don't even bother until like 15 minutes in the game, and I realize I'm going to lose. So don't listen to me on that. Go with these guys with the late speedlings.
Tanks continuing to be produced by Gofire. However, still no siege tech coming down in that tech lab. Perhaps a misstep. Maybe he thinks he has already clicked that button. Maybe a misclick. He is going to be hurting if he gets into the battle and tries to siege those tanks up, and they are unable to. That would be probably the game.
Yeah, I'm very surprised about that. He does have the combat shields on the way for those Marines, and still these Hellions are just plopping around, doing their thing, trying to get as much information as they can, bothering this queen, trying to keep those creep tumors from spreading. But yeah, I'm really surprised that this siege mode's still not coming out, and he can't even afford it right now. Because if he would have gotten that a little bit earlier and moved out, that would have put our Zerg player in a bad position, because he's still yet to make very many units at all.
Another important thing these Hellions are doing for Terran is cutting down on the map control and the vision of Zerg, with them being so mobile and so able to cut down those scouting Zerglings.
A lot of Zerglings moving out. I think they might just be scouting
and siege
about.
tech has finally been started for our Terran.
Yeah, and there it comes. Looks like it is nearing the halfway mark, and I think that's going to be fast enough. The Zergling's moving in now, but actually one just going to see what's in there. I think he's going to be surprised to find that those tanks don't have siege yet.
This will be a key timing for our Terran as we see combat shield and siege mode nearing completion. Will he be pushing with those 2 upgrades as soon as they finish?
Excellent foresight for Gofire, who just put down a missile turret as the Mutalisks are being produced by Vulcan. Looks like primarily Vulcan is going for Muta Ling right now. He's throwing down his Baneling Nest as we speak and getting his upgrades for melee attack. And so I think that's going to be the go-to build for Vulcan in this game, and probably the build he should be going for. Look at this excellent creep spread from Vulcan, though. He is reaching the halfway point on this map on both sides of this crevasse here.
Top-notch creep spread, and I wonder if he's thinking of taking this lower money base with his queen just hanging out by those destructible rocks there.
Yeah, the destructible rocks actually just going down, and so he could easily expand there, and he could expand to this gold, which he is taking down those rocks as well. So maybe he's going to go for a double expand very soon. But ooh, this is very scary. These 5 siege tanks coming in, and siege is complete. A lot of Marines as well.
And 25 Marines. Those will put a dent in some Zergs.
Yes, they certainly will. He is scanning to see what Vulcan has. He's not seeing a whole lot. Maybe see a few Zerglings coming out. But is Vulcan going to be able to... He is going to try to...
Oh, he missed that. Attacks one of his own tanks. Down to 4 tanks there. A misclick that's going to hurt Gofire.
Well, that was very important for Vulcan, who did very little damage. He's going to try to... He was trying to focus those Marines and get them out. Oh, excellent! Baneling play takes out almost all of those Marines, and those tanks are going to be very vulnerable to those Mutalisks. I think he may be able to kill them all. The more Marines are coming in, but are they going to be able to get there in time?
That engagement did not go well for Gofire. Needs to flee with those tanks as fast as he can, but only 5 Marines to reinforce against 3 Mutas.
Those
and the Roaches coming in.
A huge misstep, I'll use your word here, from Vulcan, who was focus firing the wrong tank. Actually wasn't focus firing at all. So when those Marines came into play, he was actually attacking the Marines. So he still has 3 tanks, very low health, but he still has them.
Back in the main of Gofire, we see another command center going down toward his 3rd. More barracks and factories, and the +1 infantry armor going down, and he has begun medevac production at his starport.
That was a lot of units lost for Gofire, though. But I think Vulcan could have taken a lot better advantage of that if he would have been paying attention to the battle.
Interestingly, we see our Terran up by 13 supply on our Zerg. The Zergs are far and away ahead in the food count.
Almost again taking out this tank. If he would have committed just a few more seconds, that tank would have gone down. Look at these tanks. 3 of these tanks are below 50 health.
Wow, 2 of them are below 20. Very weak.
I'm